Hello future clients, and welcome back to A Taste of Home. So today we're going to finish up the last steps of the home buying process. Look, I forgot. And we're going to be making pepper chicken. So let's get into these ingredients and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So you're going to need chicken. You can do any type of chicken. I personally like dark meat, but you can use chicken breast. Honestly, you can even put this, you can use fish. You can use any type of fish. The sauce goes well on it. You also need bell peppers. I use red bell peppers, or sometimes I use the orange and the yellow, a good blend. But today I'm only using red. Just don't use the green because that gives it a different flavor. Then you also want to have your onions. You want to have your garlic. We have our oil, we have our Scotch bonnet peppers. These are really hot. I'm very much into spicy food. If you're not, I would omit the peppers. We have our seasonings, and last but not least, we have our garlic paste. This is not necessary, but it does something to it. Since I started using it, it adds such a good flavor to it. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, turn on the stove. And we want to get our pan a little hot, and our oven's already on. It's preheated at 350. We want to get it up to 375. Okay, so in today's episode, like I said, we're going to finish up the home buying process. If you didn't catch the first episode, you might want to do that. You can either click here or here. I don't know where it is, but click the link and you'll be able to check out steps 1 through 5 so that you know what we're discussing when we continue. So this is actually warm already. I'm going to pour in the oil and get that nice and hot. You want to coat the pan, and you want to take your chicken, get it into a foil pan, a baking dish, foil pan, same thing, and you want to get that in the oven immediately, because that's actually what's going to take the longest to cook. And then once it's in the oven, you don't have to worry about it until it's ready. And then we're going to get right into the sauce. Okay, so while that gets warm, we're going to actually blend up our ingredients. So we're going to take our peppers, our Scotch bonnet. They're really hot. If you're not into hot food, then do not use this. I love hot food. Our garlic and our onions. And we're gonna get it all in there and we're going to blend. You can do it in 2 steps. I'm quite impatient, as you can see, but let's blend this. When you pack it on like me, you're gonna have to shake it up to make sure that everything's incorporated. This smells so good, and it's not even, it's nothing. Perfect. Okay, so our pan is nice and warm. We're going to take our sauce and pour it in here. You want to get that to a nice simmer. And then we're going to add our seasonings. Stuff, it does something. I'm gonna squeeze that right in there. I use this so much, I'm running out of it. Then we're gonna mix this all together. And legit, that's it. You let this simmer You season to taste. Like I said in the first video, all of the ingredients will be in the description box, so don't worry, I got your back. And literally you just let this simmer on low because you don't want to burn it. You want it to be nice and juicy and silky. And you want it to simmer down. And you want all the flavors to marry. Okay guys, so our sauce, our pepper sauce is doing its thing, it's simmering. I would suggest to put a lid on top because if you give this a chance, it will splatter everywhere on your stove top, and you don't want this. You don't want that at all. You want to keep this as simple as possible. And our meat is in the oven. Like I said, you can use any type of meat, any type of seafood. If you want a vegan option, you can use tofu or veggies. I'm not a vegan expert, but pretty much the point I'm making is this sauce is awesome and it goes great with anything. So yeah, while that's doing its thing, simmering and finished baking, let's get into these last steps so we can wrap everything up. So step 6 is home inspection. Once you've actually had your offer accepted, you want to get the house inspected. You want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. And there are things that trained, licensed inspector is going to see that our normal eyes won't be able to see. So that's what step 6 is. You want to get an inspection, and then we jump into step 7, which is you want to review and sign the contract. And that's going to be done with the attorney. I'll be right by your side if I'm your agent. But you're going to sign the contract, and your attorney is going to explain the terms and the conditions of the contract. And you know, you sign it, and then it's sent back to the seller. The seller signs it. Now you guys are binded, and you're one step closer. The next step is step 8, which is you are going to obtain your mortgage financing. This is when the bank is going to do everything they need to do. They're going to require more paperwork from you. It's a little bit annoying, but they want to make sure everything's set so that when it is time for you to close, you know, they're able to give you this money to purchase this home, and you're good to go. More details coming later. I'm going to have a few of the professionals that I work with come on here, and they're going to explain a lot of these things that we've been talking about in detail. So no fear, don't worry, I got you guys. So after you are obtaining your mortgage, we're going to jump into step 9, which is the appraisal. You're going to have a unbiased professional appraiser come and appraise the value of your home. Simple as that. It's just to see the value of the home for the bank. Once again, I'm going to have someone come in and give you guys more information on that. After the appraisal, after the appraisal, the next step is the title report. You just want to make sure that the title is going to be handed to you free and clear of anything. Simple as that. That's it. Step 11, yes, that's what we're up to. Step 11 is you're going to receive your closing disclosure, and we're going to get a clear to close from the bank, which is the best email or text that I can ever get. We're clear to close. So your closing disclosure you're going to receive, and your attorney is going to review that with you along with your loan officer, and they're going to break down everything that you need to know before you sign it. And the last and final steps is kind of a mix of two. It's the final walkthrough, where you're going to walk back through the property, and you're going to pretty much make sure that what you saw before is the same condition as what you're going to be purchasing at that closing table. And that's it. We close. After the walkthrough, we close. You sign your life away. I'm kidding. But you sign all the paperwork, and then once you're done, you get the keys to your home. And that is the best moment. I know I said previously the shopping was like the best part for me, but my best favorite part is when we are at the closing table and you get the keys to your new home and you get to start the chapter of your new life. So yeah. It makes me happy and makes my clients very happy. So, okay, enough talking. Let's finish this up, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. So you know what to do. Any questions about the home buying process or of the recipes, leave your comments in the comment section, or your questions in the comment section. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Godwina.realtor, and visit my website, Godwina.realtor.com. I would love for you to join me in my upcoming home buying seminar. It's going to be pretty dope, but I'll tell you guys more about that later on. So let's finish this up and we're good to go.